The Keys to the Colors. The ISIS Papers. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Keys to the Colors. The ISIS Papers. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Again, brief introduction, man. I got that shit from a lady I work with. She insisted that I read this book and I check it out and whatnot. And I'm not really big on a bunch of what I call, nigga shit, black, white, white people this, white people that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I did it anyway after a few objections. And I did not know. This lady talks about the symbols and shit. It's so dope. Dope. Get this book, man. I said it in my last video. Get this book, man. You need to get it. But let's talk about it. One of the chapters is the symbolism of smoking. Matter of fact, I should really do it like this, minus the tip, because that's just extra shit. But the symbolism of smoking. You see what I'm saying? Smoking. This is a cigar. We all know what cigarettes are. But cigarettes are shorter than this, skinnier than this. They don't last as long. The Cress theory, symbolism behind smoking. In this book, she's written a bunch of articles and compiled them into a book. So the symbolism of smoking, right? At the end, the heart of the Cress theory, if you haven't watched my other video, the heart of it all is genetic annihilation. Like I said, these nuts, genetic annihilation. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the most fearful threat to a certain race would be genetic annihilation. Genetically and phenotypically, color always annihilates the non-color. So genetically speaking, albinos, but we know he's on that. Albinos, genetically speaking, are recessive. You see what I'm saying? Colored, and across the planet, globally, there are more melanated, more people with skin pigment than those without. So, as far as white supremacy and this whole culture and racism is concerned, the biggest threat, the greatest fear, is a non-white male's genitalia. Basically, the cock and balls. The shaft, the penis, and the testicles are the biggest fear, straight up, trying to be on some real shit. Because it's funny as fuck to me. But it just is, dog. This shit has me laughing. So, and again, you see me smoking, so I'm not above this. You see what I'm saying? I'm still smoking. I'm not above this, but this is what it is. At least now we know the symbology of the shit, right? So, again, long story short, genetic annihilation. So I hope you can kind of see where I'm going with this, man. It is the shaft and the balls, the testicles. I'm sorry, the shaft and balls. Period. The penis and the testicle. That's the biggest threat to white supremacy, genetic annihilation. You know what I'm saying? For the albino race of people. You know what I'm saying? Or an albino. Period. So, anyways, let's just get to it. All right. So that being said, we got to talk about symbols, man. Symbols. And this shit goes so hard. So basically, as a symbol, reason why they're, smoking will never go away, this, that, and the third, and whatever else. As far as a symbol, well, obviously, since we're talking about a penis and testicles, this is a representation of a penis. All of the cigars, most of the cigars, but cigars are big and brown. And the prestigious men, they're holding these big ass cigars, stogies. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the refined thing to do, the masculine thing to do. You sit back with your cigar. You see what I'm saying? What makes it masculine and why? There you go. Because genetically, the black man's penis and testicles are superior. And I say black, it's really any non-white male, but obviously blacks have the darker genetics, darker genes, darker complexions. So whoever, the darkest complexions will be the hardest to breed out. Will take generations and generations to breed them out, or you just kill them. But point being, there you go. So the biggest threat are those with the darker skin, the big black balls, as a symbol. So again, how it hits, right? Let's go in depth with this. You feel me? I put the tip back on there because I ain't used to smoking like that. Let's just get with it. Even then, like you see the white tip, they put that little short white tip on there, or it's cream colored, but you get the point. Put the little short tip on there to accentuate the black and mild. But still, the black is way bigger than the little white tip. My bad, than the little white tip. So, point being though, cigarettes. So if the black genitalia is superior, then the white genitalia is obviously inferior. So that being said, cigarettes are smaller, thinner. It's a known thing among, that other race or whatever, as far as them having an issue or them questioning the size of their penis, penis size and whatnot. But amongst the black community, most black men don't have that problem. Don't even think about it. Never really comes up. I think maybe in my lifetime I've heard of one guy, one black man being joked on for having a little dong. And that nigga was like 5'4". So it was like, what do you expect from a super short nigga? I don't know. I don't want to say super short, but I mean, the nigga's like 5'4". You expect, I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. Go. I'll talk to you in a minute. No. I love them. But I'm telling you, gotta have some regulations, man. These kids, they got no restrictions. Hey, I said go sit down. Anyways, so back to what I was saying, man. There you go. I mean, for real, it's a short chapter, but it opens up so much, right, as far as symbols. Because again, so let's go deeper with it. The penis is what expels the sperm. You see what I'm saying? It expels the sperm. So again, the same shit, just smoke. That's what it is. So symbolically, why they say, in the books, there'll never be regulations on cigarettes and this and that, like for real. It'll never be like straight up outlawed, no matter how many people die or catch cancer or whatever else, because symbolically, it's representation of genitalia. You see what I'm saying? Especially like cigarettes, it's the white man's genitalia. You know what I mean? It's the symbol of the white, it's the white man's phallic symbol. And there are so many women, see what I'm saying? Why cigarettes were marketed to women and not necessarily men, but still to women, because as far as cigars go, this is how you inhale your masculinity, so to speak. That's what it's talking about. Like the sperm obviously comes from the man, so that's a masculine thing, right? So this is like inhaling masculinity. This is like them showing off their masculinity. Again, a big part of this is because they don't have the black skin. They cannot produce anything of color. They have to compensate for that in so many different ways, and this is one of them, by them holding them big black cigars, smoking them big ass, thick ass black cigars, big old black smoke stogies and shit. One of the things she says that part of her theory is why the Cuban cigar is as rare, or why it was outlawed, whatever, just why they like them shits so much, because it's known that the Cuban cigars, they're supposedly hand rolled between the thighs of the Cuban women. So you have this phallic symbol right next to a vagina being rolled. That's what makes them so rare. The symbolism, the connection that it is, you know what I'm saying? And they like wet leaves rolled between the legs of a woman. Come on, man. There you go. So it's like big black dong in the form of a cigar, symbolized as a cigar, a big black penis right next to a vagina, and then they smoke that shit. It's like ultra manly to them. You see what I'm saying? And that's the point here. Like, we're already walking around. Most black men have, obviously you have a black penis and testicles, so you're walking around with the power. It's almost like, you want to get back at white people, whatever. Go have some kids. Go have some kids. Put more kids on this planet. You see what I'm saying? And that's more niggas that they gonna have to either kill or knock out. Have as many kids as you motherfucking can, or go impregnate as many white girls as you can. See what I mean? Go get as many white girls as you can to fall in love with you and denounce white men altogether or some shit. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not pushing that shit. But again, this is her theory. It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm on. I'm just saying this is her theory. You see what I mean? She does call for some kind of radical shit. I will say that. I'm not saying I'm endorsing it. I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying this is information. Take it how you want. That being said, though, there you go. It's a symbolism behind smoking and whatnot. Like I said, I thought I'd show some pictures. I did talk about the guns and shit in the last one. But again, real talk, like I said, the black male phallic symbol. So the gun as a symbol, it essentially does the same thing. You have that barrel with the bullets in it, just like you have the testicles with the sperm in it, and the sperm carries the DNA, the genetic material, the genetic firepower to wipe a nigga out. So they came up with their own weapon and other weapons of mass destruction to wipe niggas out. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's basically so that now they have the same power that we have as we're walking around with it. And by we, I mean non-white males. You got the power genetically to annihilate them. They have the power physically to annihilate your black ass. They can just shoot you, take you right on out. But that equalized the game. You see what I'm saying? When they came into Africa and was just fighting like Zulu and whatever else, they got their asses whooped. They came out with them machine guns and them Gatling guns. They came back with guns. And they started mowing niggas down. The great equalizer for them. It was the great equalizer. So again, the gun as a phallic symbol. That's where that shit comes from. You got the testicle, and then you got a shaft. You feel me? The balls. I just so happen to have this with me. But again, you can see the symbol. It's all about symbols. You feel me? It's all about symbols. But you get it, right? The gun. It's the same shit. You got the balls with the clip in it. It's got the bullets. It's got the sperm. It's got the DNA. It's got the firepower to annihilate a nigga. And then it comes out the shaft. It comes out the shaft. Just like you come. Bust a nut. Bust your gun. Same type of busting. That's why there's all these sexual innuendos to a gun. You cock it back. The penis they call it a cock. You know what I'm saying? A detective who always carries a gun is called a dick. This is why Dick Tracy was so popular. But a dick is called a dick. The penis is called a dick. Another reference to the gun. So you see why these symbols are so... This is why gun control will never go away. It's like, again, the great equalizer for certain people. And then people have guns galore. Lockers full of guns. Damn near any gun you can imagine. We got handguns. We got submachine guns. We got fully automatic machine guns. We got 3-round burst. We got rifles. We got sniper rifles. This is why they guns, like Call of Duty. They all about them shits. It's all about guns. And running around with guns and shooting motherfuckers and whatnot. You see, it's what it is. But that's their symbol. Every single gun is like their symbol for white power. Period. Every gun. It's a phallic symbol. So again, even more in the book. I ain't gonna take a whole lot of time trying to get a whole lot of knowledge out. That's the guns, man. Let's talk about these sports. Big black balls, man. Big brown balls. It is them brown balls that carry the genetics to annihilate them. So they done came up with all these games. Again, it's pretty much the war of the balls. But that's every goddamn game. Now check it out. The balls that have the big brown balls are like the soccer ball. It's white and black. Them balls you keep close to you. Most sports played with brown balls or colored balls are close to you. Period. After Arthur Ashe won the tennis, the grand champion tennis or whatever else, again, all these games are about balls, testicles and shit. So when the black man won that shit, that's when they changed the color of the tennis ball to a green ball. Now it's a colored ball. Colored man won the whole thing, won like the Wimbledon or whatever. After Arthur Ashe did it, he was the first one to win the tennis grand championship or whatever the fuck. After Arthur Ashe did it, now all the tennis balls are green. They're colored now. It's just info, man. Take it for what you want to take it for. But that's what it is. You know, this is all in this book, and it gets even more deeper. So let's keep going. Still got time left. Why not? So the balls, right? Basketballs. You dribble them, but you keep them close. You keep them next to you. You dribble it between your legs and this and that. You see what I'm saying? You hold it down low and you dribble it low, just like where your balls are. At waist level. You dribbling at waist level, this big old brown ball. You might shoot it, but again, the symbolism. Now think about it. The big old brown ball goes through the hoop, goes through the circle. Circle is obviously a womb. We all know that. The cosmic egg, the snake biting its own tail. The circle is a womb. Now, it has a white net. All the nets are white. So these big old brown balls go in the white net, symbolically giving the white woman what she secretly, subconsciously, or unconsciously truly desires, really wants, to create something of color, something of substance. You see what I'm saying? Even if you was like I ain't gonna get into the whole like monkey shit and whatever else, but point being, you know what I mean? They can, if humans have color and that's what makes a motherfucker a human, the color, well then, like I said, the white woman can produce a human, but the white man can't do shit. He's where he's at, period. If he gets with a black woman, in her theory, if the white man gets with a non-white woman, then that's called self-annihilation. He's pretty much damning his own genes. You know, it's not going to be any more white people out of that. You know what I mean? That non-white woman's going to produce something non-white as well. You know? But again, as far as basketball, again, football, big brown ball, you keep that motherfucker cuffed right next to you. You do not let it go. And again, the same symbology. There's always the white line. You have to cross the barrier. Now, I think I talked about this, you know, a lot of people, I don't know if I did a video on it or not, but womb worship and whatever else, you know. Man, I got plenty of shit around here. I'm a Titans fan. But like I said, we're talking about the testicles and shit. You see what I'm saying? Sperm, proton, neutron, electron, sperm, fire, that's spirit. You see what I'm saying? Spirit. But the sperm cell, traveling, maybe so fast that it's on fire, but them shits is rapidly down there in the testicles. Circle, testicles, balls. You see what I'm saying? But even with the football, point being, you hold it close, you keep it close, but touch down. Touch down. You feel me? You get to touch down there. That pussy. Hate to say it. That's what it is. Touchdown. The black ball, just like the basketball, the black ball going through the net, the white net. Same type of theory here going on. Same symbology. When you look at the symbology of it, you got the brown ball crossing the white plane. And all it has to do is cross that bar, just like the sperm. All it has to do is break through the egg's core. Break to get to the core of the egg. As soon as it breaks through, meiosis, or whatever the fuck, mitosis, whatever the fuck happens. But that's when the life process, creation of life starts to happen. All it has to do is break that plane. Just get through. And then it'll start to interact with the zygote and become a zygote, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound too scientific, but you get the fucking point here, man. You get the point. Same shit. Kicking the ball through them big open legs. Field goal. You ain't never held a chick's legs open and ram jump? There you go, man. Or women, you hold your legs straight open, field goal. It's supposed to be easy points. You see what I'm saying? Easy points. Just throw it in there. Kick it in there. But all the games with the white balls, little white balls, you see what I'm saying? The soccer ball is big. It also has the white dot on it. But the little white balls, or even if you think about like the volleyballs, white balls, they're inferior to brown balls, according to the Crest theory. White balls inferior to brown balls. So the white balls are naturally going to be smaller. The volleyball is smaller than the basketball. And white balls, they get smacked and hit all the time. Baseball, you hit that shit out of the park. White balls, they get thrown out of the park. Soccer, the most prestigious for these older white males. And her theory about, not soccer, golf. Golf, the most prestigious for the older white males. Golf. Her theory, she theorizes in this book, she theorizes that golf, again, it's the smallest little white ball. And again, you whack it with a stick, with a shaft. Shaft and balls. Symbology is right there. The little ball goes in the hole. The hole is in the ground. It's obviously dark in that hole, but soil is what? Brown. Most of the time it's wet. You know what I'm saying? Wet soil, brown, and it's in Mother Earth, which I'm going to get to the whole Mother Earth thing. So they knocking them little white balls into Mother Earth. Womb worship. See what I'm saying? See what I mean? Fucking the earth. Mother Earth. So I'll use this as a little segue into the motherfucker theory and why, again, motherfucker is a symbol in the subconscious. It's used a lot. And I've heard niggas say all kind of shit, right? Like during the slave days, they made slaves, niggas put bags on their head and fuck their moms, they have sex with their mothers and sisters and relatives and all that type of shit, siblings and whatnot. So that's where the whole motherfucker comes from as well. She takes it a little deeper into saying it as this. In the 80s, there was this big thing about everybody talking about the man. The man's holding us down. We got to get back at the man. It's the system. It's the man. Well, that was referring to the white man and white supremacy, right? So if the white man, the brain as a symbol, the brain recognizes 5 things. Man, boy, woman, girl, baby. So a mature adult, young adult. Mature man, younger man. Mature woman, young woman. Baby, not really fully developed, whatever yet. You see what I'm saying? Baby. 5 things. Now, if the white man is the man and he's not going to allow any other man to be superior, equal, or superior to him. So the black man cannot be labeled a man. Now, they kept calling us boy, 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 but they didn't want to be called a boy. Black men are men. We're not boys. Don't call us a boy. They still, especially OGs, still don't like being called a boy. You got me bent. Ain't no boys and girls in this motherfucker. See what I'm saying? So, we're not a boy. So there's no man, no boy. It only leaves you 3 options. Woman, girl, and baby. Now, they don't care if you want to look, act like a woman. They don't care if you want to look and act like a girl. They cool with that homo shit. They're cool with you being bisexual or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They're fine with that. That's fine. Act like a woman. Act like a girl because you're not acting like a man. The only thing left is a baby. And need I say more? They made a whole movie with a black man and called him a baby boy. Baby boy. Starring Tyrese. And now look at the slang. This is why racism is so fucking hard and it's so deep. And this is why a book like this should really fuck with your mind, right? Back to the cigarettes thing real quick, real brief. Like I said, that's male masculinity and whatever else. So everybody walking around smoking subconsciously or symbolically to the people that know, you're walking around sucking dick and you ain't even know it. You're walking around swallowing sperm and you didn't even know it. Inhaling it and blowing it back out. That's symbology of what it is. Now, I'm not saying I agree with it, but you see me sitting here smoking, nigga. I didn't know. Now I know. Do what you do. I didn't know. But it's funny as fuck. It's funny as hell. Especially, like, again, even with that, knowing, like, they gotta smoke. They gotta do shit like that. They gotta tan to get a color. Shit you naturally walking around with. They gotta smoke to inhale this masculine and look more masculine. Shit, I'm just walking around with it. I am the man. I am the king. I am the God. There's no point in it. I don't have to walk around and puff my chest out and whatever else. You can see it. Bitch, I'm golden now. I just so happen to be, caramel type nigga. But even if I was crispy, crunchy, black, nigga, still shining. You got me fucked up. Gleaming. What you mean? That's the point. Shit like that should empower you. Like I said, with the basketballs and the footballs and whatnot. Like I said, look at them. Golf, baseball, you knock them shits as far as you can. They're inferior, aka obsolete. You don't need them. They ain't really good for nothing. You throw them away. They throw them left field. Throw them around the bases. Like I said, smack them. Volleyball, you pop that motherfucker. They don't care about they balls. But they ain't shit. White balls is bowling. That's kind of the most obvious, but the French invented bowling. Big black ball knocks down all the white phallic symbols, penis symbols, and they got red necks. But just in general, it's how you mainly know it's a penis symbol, circumcised, because that's the foreskin where they cut it off. It gets deep. It gets deep. You know what I'm saying? Even she mentions in Washington, D.C., right? Here's another little fun fact from the book. Washington, D.C., that big-ass monument out front. What is it? The big white spire? And no building in Washington, D.C., nothing can be taller than that spire. It's the highest thing, the tallest thing, the highest building or whatever, tallest building in the city-state, whatever you want to call it. You see what I'm saying? Phallic symbol. White phallic symbol. There you go. So you got this big ass, and then again, if you really understand it, so you got this big ass white phallic symbol, you know what I'm saying? Right in front. I don't know why I can't think of it. I'm saying spire, but I can't think of what the fuck it is. But you know what I mean? It looks like a big ass white spike. Why can't I think of that fucking word? Trying to elude me. Should be trying to trip me up because I'm on it. But yeah, the big ass white spire, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, in front of the White House. You know what I'm saying? And can't nothing be as tall as it. That shit represents the white penis, the white phallic symbol, right? Supposedly their superiority. But also the White House has that dome on it. That's also what they did for Isis to represent the divine feminine. So basically, you have the White House with this dome, and then you have that motherfucking spire right in front of it and whatever else. So you've got the white male and female. White power. That's what it is. My bad. I keep knocking this motherfucking table, fucking with my laptop. But yeah, man, that's what it is. And again, that's the symbology of the balls. That's the symbology of the guns. You know what I'm saying? That's where it is. And see, even at the end of the day, like as they, of course, now there are black athletes playing all of this shit. Oh, and one of the things that she mentions in the book was again, black athletes, non-white athletes. Most of them do it for fun, for the entertainment of it. Just because it's fun. They're good at it. You know what I'm saying? But just because it's fun. But for most of the white people, it's life or death. Them betting on these games and this and that. Nigga, it's life or death for them. Because it's life or death for them in real life. It's a war of the balls. It really is. Straight up, a war of the balls. This is also why one team is always in white. Always wearing white. Whether it's the home team, I think it's the home team wears white, and the away team wears their colors. But again, white versus the colors. The colors. The symbol of it all. War of the balls. The white people versus the colors. This is why you got a better chance of winning at home versus an away game. Better chance of winning when you're in all white versus an away game when you're in your colors. Or you never know. I don't want to say better chance of winning, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously the color is superior genetically, like we was talking about. So, but point is, that's where you get into the symbols and the whole war of it all. I mean, like I said, not only are we talking about the Titans, the Tennessee Titans. You see what I'm saying? My niggas. But y'all know who the Titans were? The elder gods over the Greeks. Now, why would they make a whole team with the Titans and not want you to think about, well, who the fuck are the Titans? You know what I'm saying? This is one of the most recent expansion teams. And again, look at the symbol. So not only is it the Titans talking about the elder gods, But it also represents fucking DNA and sperm straight the fuck up. This is an atom, a proton, an electron, and a neutron. This is an atom in a nucleus. This is an atom, dog. Well, like I said, the sperm cell. And you see the fire. The spirit of life. Man, it's a fucking... I'm just saying. Even if you take it to the NFL logo. Do I got an NFL logo on this motherfucker? Arrgh. No NFL logo. Damn. I don't have nothing like within reach that I could just straight up show you the NFL logo. This shit, nah. Titans. It don't have a logo on it. But it's a bunch of sperm cells. Anyways, man. But the logo, it's a shield, right? Let me see if I can back up a little bit, show you. It's a shield, you feel me? So the shield swoops down over here, covers all the major organs, and then goes over top. Do I got a pen on me? Do we got a pen? We got us a highlighter. Do we got some paper? We got paper and a pen. I'll draw it for you real quick. Don't even need a highlighter. I found the pen. But I'll draw it for you real quick. Crude drawing. So if you laugh at me, I don't give a shit. So basically something like this, right? The NFL symbol, okay? And then you've got the football. The stars. Football stars, right? And you got the NFL in the womb. I don't know if you can kind of peep at it. This is my little crude, rough drawing. But you've got the NFL in the womb. Now, again, a little rough, crude drawing, but you can kind of see the body, right? You can kind of see the body. So if this was two breasts, then you've got the womb, the stomach and shit, heart, lungs, NFL, the corporation, the business in the womb. Of course, these are the legs. So touchdown. So you see where I'm going with this. Basketball, you know, you make your own connections and whatever else, but football is the most painfully fucking obvious. It's just painfully obvious. And again, most of the owners of these teams are white. Dare I say most, if not all. But most of them are white. You see what I'm saying? A majority white. So either way, they still control the balls. So, all right, man, I'm going to let y'all go on that note. No, I'm not. Say one more thing. We 30 in. Catch this, right? So, money. Another reason why you should get this book. The Symbology of Money. Oh, and it goes to a lot of shit. But paper, money, and gold. Long story short. Let me see if I can jump to it real quick. Long story short. Fuck it, I can't. Oh, there it is. Paper, money, and gold. So, okay. Long story short, right? Paper money is designed to so let me just get to it. So basically, the paper money, right? A dollar bill is basically white with color on it, just like tattoos. The paper itself is white, so that lets you know as far as symbolically it's representing white people. But the green, the colors and whatever else. So basically, it mentions in here, I was trying to get to it, but money, like the fig leaves, is a symbolic covering of white bodily shame and is designed to give a sense of value when no value is present. See, it's just paper. You see what I'm saying? It has no value. But because they print some shit on it, they tattoo it and say it has value, now it has value to them. You see what I'm saying? When really it has no value. It's designed to give something with no value, value. Again, not trying to say it like that, but this is what she talks about, man. The albinism and whatnot. They had no value. For real, for real. So they got rid of them. I don't want to say got rid of them, but a lot of them were turned away or rejected or however you want to call it. But their value was low compared to everyone else or other people or whatever as far as in them cultures and shit. But their value was low. They consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously believe their value is low because they lack the pigment. Again, they can't withstand the sun without like melanoma, skin cancer disease and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they know their value. They're genetically recessive. You see what I'm saying? It's painfully obvious as far as sex goes and whatever else. As they get to becoming adults and whatever else, they realize that they really are the inferior species or whatever else. And this is why amongst older white males, golf is the more popular sport. See what I'm saying? You can knock that little white ball into Mother Earth, and you can actually put your black penis into put your white penis into a black woman. It's probably harder to do. I don't know, but that's their thing, according to her theory. But again, that's paper money. Yeah, paper money again because it's symbolic. Like I said, like the fig leaves, it's designed to give a sense of value. You see what I'm saying? It's high value. Like so, because that white paper now has color on it, white people say it's highly fucking valuable. It's colored now, so they value that white paper. So for real, it's like even just stacking money and whatever else. I've said before, money is human energy in physical form. You know, and I looked at it like the symbol of, like if you go to work, say you make $20 an hour, for an easy example. If you go to work and you make $20 an hour, then that a $20 bill represents 1 hour of your life. It's a symbol of 1 hour of energy that you used, whatever you did for that hour that got you that $20 an hour. Your energy spent for an hour's worth of your energy is $20, a $20 bill. So I'll tell my daughter, every $20 bills I give you or spend on you is an hour of my life. I had to work for a whole hour to be able to hand you this $20 bill. Time is priceless. But here's a $20 bill, compensate for it, whatever the fuck. But anyways, you get the point here, right? But that's what it is, to hide their shame or whatever. So they cover themselves in dollars and whatnot because they can't cover themselves in melanin. It's the same fucking shit. Even with gold. Melanin is consistent. My skin color, I might get a little darker, but it's going to come back, nigga, and I'm going to be gold. You see me shining now. I'm not a light-skinned nigga, but under this light, nigga, I'm gold. I'm moving around so you can kind of see it, nigga. I'm kind of gold over here, nigga. I'm gold. Shit's crazy, dog. Got spots. So, point being, gold symbolically represents melanin. And melanin pigmented people. I mean, I don't want to say it like that as far as majority and minority, but there are more copper-skinned like me, so to speak. You know what I mean? How they talking about the Native Americans and their copper-skinned. But there's a lot of this shit going on. The Egyptians, they talk about were copper-skinned, gold-skinned. So the point is, like, you know, that's the gold. You know what I'm saying? Even crispy chocolate niggas, they shine in the light. Like I said, you get the oils on our skin and this and that, nigga, we shine. My nose is shining right now. And gold doesn't tarnish or whatever else. You see what I'm saying? It constantly shines. Constantly sparkles and gleams. Just like our skin. It's forever out there. They just see us. Like one of the things she had mentioned was the whole gentrification of neighborhoods and whatnot like that. But why they like just them being our neighbors and whatnot. Every time they step outside, they get reminded that they are genetically recessive. So a group of them, you know, it's why it's kind of tough. Like, oh, there goes the neighborhood. Once the blacks start coming around, they kind of start leaving and whatever else. Because a black person, regardless of what they do in their social status, any of that, the black person's skin, period, according to her theory, your skin is a slap in the face. Every time they have to see black people doing anything, the fact that they see black people reminds them that they are not melanated people. All right. I'm out. Like, share, subscribe. OZ, the Wizard. We get through some of this shit. I need to get to the mystical, magical, and whatnot. But, hey, man, these books, wherever the spirit take you, it take you, man. Read, enlighten yourself. Real talk. Thank you for viewing. Like, share, subscribe. Man, all that old jazz. I really don't give a fuck if you don't do none of it. You feel me? Thanks for listening.